Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the BriForum FSLogix booth. Glad you could come by. My name is Kevin Goodman. I'm here with Randy Cook, and we're going to show you a cool new app called FSLogix Apps. If you take a look at the screen over here, what we're showing is one terminal server in the background, and we have two connections to it right now. And what FSLogix Apps provides for you is a very easy way to maintain your images on that device. In this particular case, we have one image, and with one image, we're going to log on two users, and each user is going to see only their specified applications that they need. In this situation right here, we had the system administrator install all the apps for the company onto that image, and then using a very easy FSLogix rule editor, set it up with what we call dynamic application visibility so that each user only sees the applications that they're licensed for. All the other applications in the system look like they've been deinstalled to that user when he logs on, making it very, very convenient for that system administrator to maintain only one image at a time. Let's take a look. Over here, what we have is we have one user that we went and paid for him to have Visio. And when I open that, you'll see this user has Visio. But over here, this user, he only is a consumer of the Visio documents, not a creator of it. So instead of spending the license money to pay for him to have his own Visio, we installed him the Visio viewer. And what you're going to see here is that as I open this up to look at my document, you're going to notice that I've got a Google toolbar installed. So let's take a look at when the Visio document comes in here. Let's take a look at, we're bringing that up now. Let's take a look at that Visio document. So there it is. At this point in time, I think I'm going to get a call to my system administrator saying, hey, look, I'm really trying to work on Visio here. Why do I have all these toolbars in my IE that I'm not looking for? Could you do something about removing that Google? And I'm going to let my esteemed colleague, Randy Cook here, as he comes in, is going to bring up the rule editor for us, and he's going to show us how in a few simple steps we're going to be able to set it up so one image can have different views for each user. So as you can see, Randy is in the new rule set file, and he's going to open us up a new rule. And basically, if your application has a deinstall on it, we can scan it, and now what we're going to do is we're going to apply it for certain users we don't want to have that toolbar. So why don't you add that in there? Taking out for us demo users there. He'll click on that, and he's going to say that applies. So let's say OK. OK, so now if we go back into my web design page here, we'll see that I don't have to look at that toolbar anymore. So what I like about that is the fact that not only does it work for toolbars and Internet Explorer in Visio, it actually works for all Windows applications. And the convenient part about that is these Windows applications were just installed by the administrator the way they were normally meant to be installed. There was no need to do any sequencing or packaging on any of these applications. I will say, however, if you do have virtualized applications in your system, FSLogix Apps works with those quite fine. Let's take a look here as well. I want to go in and show one other thing that we like to call application rollback. So in this situation right here, we can see the user has Adobe 11, and what's been great is this user's just been trained on Adobe 11, previously was on Adobe 9, and right after training we went and set it up so that this user could in fact start using Adobe 11. And if we click on, let's click on Acrobat right here and open it up. So she's going to edit a document and we're going to bring that up, and away she goes. But a mistake. She's going to call her department and she's going to say, hey, wait a minute, there's a problem with 11. In this particular case, there's a licensing problem with 11, and she's not able to get into it. Is she stalled from doing her work? No, she's going to call Randy and say, Randy, what happened here? I need to go back to 9. And this could happen for any application. We call this application rollback. If you run into any situation there, if you look over here on the rules, what he's going to do is he's going to take her out of the rule set and say, now we're not going to use Acrobat 11, and he's going to put her back into the Adobe 9 set. You know, right there while she's on the phone. You can already says it's Adobe 9 Pro. Well, let's bring that thing up there. So we still got the 11 reader. Now let's go to the Adobe 9. We can close that and let's bring up Adobe 9 for her to work on it. There it is, we're back on 9. We like to call it application rollback. And application rollback makes it very, very simple. If you're using existing deployment tools such as PVS, you know that sometimes if you have to roll back, you have to go, well, when was the last time I rolled back PVS and what else am I going to miss in that? You can still use PVS. This is very compatible with that. But what you find if you need to roll back one individual application, that you can do that without annoying any of the other system images or any other tools that you've used out there. So that tells us right here that with FSLogix apps, it's very convenient to have one image. And now this, we're showing it to you on RDS, also works very well with VDI, both persistent and non-persistent images. And there's nothing stopping it from working on your physical devices. By that I mean laptops and desktops. And this would enable you to send one image to your vendor and have him ship you a pallet full of PCs if you're still on physical, and you can give them out to each individual as you please. And as they log on, we'll do the equivalent of deinstalls on the applications that they are not authorized for.